Hi everybody, Andy Wax, Wood and Leather Doctor, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and this is just a really quick one. So with the coronavirus keeping everybody at bay and inside, including myself, and not taking on any work right now, got really bored. So what did I do? Well, so I've noticed that with my Fender Stratocaster guitar, it's got what they call an armrest, which is a curve to this part of the guitar, so when your forearm lays on it, it's a nice smooth feeling and it doesn't feel like you're like the edge of the guitar, which is actually kind of rounded off. It's not that bad with the Telecaster, but it's not as comfortable as if you were to shape this like a Stratocaster and file this down. So there are a lot of videos on how to do it. There are a lot of different opinions on how to do it. So this is a Fender Squier Telecaster, so it's a lot less expensive than a regular Telecaster, and it also has signatures from one of my favorite bands in the world, the Smithereens. So I did not want to mess with them, but I did, however, want to try my hand at carving an armrest, which is what they call them, into the guitar. So here's how I did it. So I took a piece of blue tape and went around here, so I had a guide here and up here, and I started with just these files. This one and this one's a lot rougher, and this one a lot smoother, and I started nibbling away, and this tape was originally down here. I just wanted to start small, and I did, and I said, well, let me go a little bigger, let me try to match the comfort of the Stratocaster. What did I do after a while? Well, I thought, let me get a little bold. So I went over here and I got my belt sander out. So kind of a risky thing to do, but again, it's not an incredibly expensive guitar. So actually, it's not a very expensive guitar at all, but it plays great. So took the belt sander, and once I had my original slope that I thought this feels good by just playing it and seeing how it felt, I then took the belt sander and really lightly, so I didn't even let the weight of the sander rest completely on the guitar, and I just made several very easy, gentle passes. It's got like a 60 grit sandpaper on there, so it took out a lot of material very quickly. But as you can see, it did a great job. And then I'm now in the process of sanding with several different grits of sandpaper to get it nice and smooth. How am I going to finish it? I'm not sure. I might leave it natural. I might paint it. I might stain it and then polyurethane it. I don't know yet. I'll you know what? Next scene you'll see what I do. But for right now, really gentle passes with that belt sander made a lot less work of it, as you can see. So this is the edge. Usually, originally went straight around, and here it's got that really nice, comfortable slope. So I'm going to keep fooling around with this, and once I have the contour done, I'll show you what I do with the rest of it. It's all trial and error, and so I kept sanding, and I realized that I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, a little bit more gradual, the taper, and I think I have pretty much gotten what I was hoping for, and it's glass smooth after sanding with several different grits. Yeah, so now on to the finishing. I changed my mind again. So this is the back of the Fender Stratocaster that I'm trying to sort of replicate on my Telecaster, which is the one over there. So this has something also besides that front armrest called a belly cut. So as you can see from this contour, how right where this snugs up against your chest and your belly, it's got this cut as well, a little relief, so it's a little more comfortable. And it's not a big deal whether or not I put it in, but I figured we already did the front, let's do the back as well. So my job now is to try and replicate something similar to this, and this one's gonna be a little bit harder because it's got a little more contour and it's just a little different. So what I did was I just came over here, and it might be really hard to see. I'm going to go back over it, but I just took a pencil and went over the back and the side there to get an idea of where I want to start cutting. So I'm going to start working this out, and we'll see what it looks like. So starting to get that curve, starting to get that contour. I like this, and it's going to keep going, and you'll see what it looks like when it's done. So I like what I've started, and I noticed that on the Stratocaster it's a much more severe curve. So I want to just do a little bit at a time. So I notched out everything that I wanted there. So I just drew the line a little bit bigger, and we'll continue with the belt sander because it's working so well. I might use the files, the hasp a little bit to get rid of some of the extra material, but so far so good. And I'm not going to kick a winner, as my father used to say. So let's keep going. Okay, sorry about the background noise. I've got the heater on. So the next step is I'm going to try and block all the little pores and as much of the grain as possible to try to put an even, uniform color on, like the rest of the guitar. So there's a little bit of grain coming through, but it's all very smooth. So as a pore filler and to block some of the deepest parts of the grain, let's use some wood filler, a little bit of water. Smear it liberally, and then when it dries, I'm going to lightly sand it off and get as smooth a finish as possible, and then we can start on color. So to give it some color, what I've done is I've taken some... So to give it some color, what I've done is I've added some different colored pigments along with some, where are you? Some denatured alcohol. And just taking a paper towel, actually, and just patted it along, and then hit it with a hairdryer. And when I do that, the alcohol evaporates very quickly, and we're left with some color. So, I'm not exactly sure how it's turned out yet. Again, anything's better than the bare wood. I'm going to try some clear coat. Let's see how that works out. So here's the belly curve all done. I haven't put a finish coat on it yet. Just wanted to show you that just a ton of pigment, a ton of coats. And no, is it perfect? Absolutely not, but I wasn't going for perfect. What I was going for was, it's not bad. And I think I got that. So most importantly, this thing is going to be really, really comfortable to play. And so I'm going to try a finish coat on the back, probably some wipe-on polyurethane, and do a couple coats of that. And when that's all done and happy, then we'll do the front, because this piece still hasn't been done. But you know, again, if I can get this close on the front, I'll be happy. I could do it all in black and just, you know, it'll match the pick guard. But you know, yeah, maybe I'll do that too. Maybe I'll do that and I'll leave it like this. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, here's the final product. I wound up not being thrilled with the color that I was able to achieve on the belly cut. It's not bad. It's really not bad, and you know, nobody will ever see it because it's against the player. So not unhappy with it, but not thrilled. So I figured if I wasn't exactly thrilled with it, best thing to do is just paint it black. So that's what I did. And now it's got those contours, and I'm extremely happy with it. So, yeah, this is Andy Wax, Wood and Leather Doctor of Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and stay safe.